Hello, in this lesson we're going to learn about another popular cryptocurrency, and it is, I think you can guess because it's written right here, it's Dash. And a lot of other coins like Bitcoin, for example, has the short-term BTC, just the way stocks have short-term tickers, short-hand tickers. Ethereum is ETH, etc., etc. Dash, because it's a very short name anyway, they've just kept it as Dash. It's just all capitalized. So that is the ticker for Dash if you're interested. So Dash, what is it? How does it compare to Bitcoin? Why may you want to use it? Obviously, it is a cryptocurrency. It is a cryptocurrency. If it wasn't, it has no place to be in this video. But the real innovation around Dash is less about the technology side. Don't get me wrong, we'll be talking about some of the innovations regarding the blockchain technology side as well. But it's actually the UI. It's more user friendly. So the UI, because it's more user friendly, it's actually more like a bank or PayPal. So as a result, users actually prefer it in a way more because it feels familiar. They've already used services like this. And I'll explain why it's more user friendly. You send coins in Dash using a name. You don't have this really long address or anything, so it's similar to PayPal using email addresses. Because let's just say I want to send a $10 to my friend via PayPal. My friend's name is, let's say, Bob Harris, and maybe his email is bobharris@gmail.com. That's a very easy thing to remember, and it's easy to note down as well. But with PayPal, because it's just this really long random set of characters, that is very hard to remember. You pretty much nobody's going to remember that. As a result, they're going to have to note it down. They're probably going to have to text it over or email it over their public address so people can send it. And having to do this with every single person that you want to interact with on the network that isn't nearby where you can send it via some sort of barcode or anything like that, that's going to be frustrating. So for that reason, that little simplicity actually goes a long way. So it doesn't have confusing IDs that look like computer error codes, which frankly they sort of do, and that is quite a negative aspect of Bitcoin. So it's also much faster than Bitcoin. That's another reason why you might want to use Dash, how it differs from Bitcoin. It has lower fees compared to Bitcoin, so that's another great reason for using it. It has optional privacy, so if you want to be open about your ID, you can do that as well. I know this whole race around cryptocurrencies and blockchain-based systems is about anonymity, but there may be people that don't care about it or don't want to be anonymous. Maybe these people aren't people, maybe they're organizations, maybe it's a government using it, and they by law have to, or they by law want to make it so they have to be open about it. So they can't just be hiding behind pseudonyms like the IDs that the Bitcoin employs, that just provides pseudonymity instead of, well, proper anonymity. In terms of the max total number of coins, max total is just 10. I'm joking. It's 19 million. So that compares to Bitcoin's. Bitcoin is 12 million. I mean 21 million. But again, that doesn't really matter too much because if it can be divided, which they can, then you just get around that issue. There is something called a formal governance. And as soon as you hear governance or government, you might be thinking, oh, yeah, this is totally bad now. This cryptocurrency isn't good at all. But just hear me out. So there's a formal governance, and it's not a single authority or anything. So it's none of that sort of conventional stuff. What it does, it uses a voting system which allows important changes to take place. So as a result, there's no need for hard forks, which is ultimately dividing the Bitcoin community and any community that is having hard forks as a result of there not being a proper consensus of the way they want to move forward. And this, as a result, is a more democratic system. Because Bitcoin is a democratic system, but this is even more of a democratic system as a result of this formal governance. And there are other differences as well. Another really cool difference is it uses something called a self-funded blockchain. And this is done in regards to how the actual coins are split once they're mined. So usually when you mine a coin, you get all the coins in other cryptocurrencies. Whereas with Dash, 45% go to the miners, 45% go to master nodes. To become a master node, you need to have invested 1,000 Dash coins, and the master nodes are the ones that are allowed to, do voting, etc. They go to master nodes. You can almost think of like master nodes as a decentralized authority system of like small government operations, and it's almost like a tax essentially. It's quite a big tax, but it's just like a tax. And 10% go to the treasury, and this 10% roughly is the equivalent to over 1 million a year. 1 million per year, actually over 1 million per year. And you might be thinking, okay, what does this treasury do with all this luxurious money? And they're not just spending it on fast cars and all this other stuff. They're actually helping fund the development team. Because an open source community is great, and I'm all for open source. I've created open source projects. I contribute towards open source projects. But using this system, they can actually properly fund it. It helps fund the actual website. So not just the development of the underlying technologies, the website that users are using. It helps fund other aspects, other business-like aspects, such as marketing, customer support. These aren't things that come immediately to one's mind, but they're important. And PayPal wouldn't work very well, bank wouldn't work very well if they don't properly market their stuff, whether it's a new interest rate or a new package or just a new bank in general or customer support. If they don't have customer support there when users are having issues, then at the end of the day, people will go to something else because they want these extra things. And there's also potentially there's potential for even public events using the treasury's money to create awareness and other various things that you would generally do with money within a business. So Dash has a lot of differences to Bitcoin. Yes, it's blockchain based. Yes, it's a cryptocurrency. Yes, it's decentralized, distributed, all of that good stuff. But it's sort of like getting Ripple, where it's got certain conventional aspects that are in the banking system, the fiat currency, but it's actually brought it over to a decentralized, distributed network in the form of Dash. So I think there is a lot of potential for a Dash-like network. So I say Dash-like because it might not be Dash, but I think the concepts and the philosophy of Dash is very good, and I think that is a good thing to look at when creating a cryptocurrency future, which is what we're heading towards. And in terms of market cap, I know a lot of people are interested in this. This is one of the first things I check out. Bitcoin has a market cap of 105 billion, with each coin as of now being worth $6,350. Yowza, worth a lot. Dash's market cap a little less at 2.2 billion. Again, no cryptocurrency as of now in 2017 is anywhere close to Bitcoin, because again, Bitcoin was the original one, so it had the first mover advantage. In terms of the coin, it costs $1. I'm joking. I'm just joking. It costs $282 per coin. So that's really everything you need to know about Dash compared to Bitcoin. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Feel free to go over the video again, have a look at the differences of Bitcoin and Dash. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next lesson.